The Acting Up with GTC podcast is a production of the Granbury Theater Company. The Granbury Theater Company is a 501c3 nonprofit theater arts production company based in the historic Granbury Opera House in Granbury, Texas. Welcome to Acting Up with GTC, the official podcast of the Granbury Theater Company, where we pull back the curtain and give you a behind-the-scenes look at everything happening at the historic Granbury Opera House. All right, my name is Micky Shearon.
I'm Matt Beutner.
And we are your host on the Acting Up with GTC podcast.
Live from the Opera House.
Woo,
this might be the last time we ever do this, because it might be a terrible idea, but we'll know soon. There are people downstairs right now trying to figure out why people are talking upstairs. But before we say much else, we got to get our first interview done, because he's got stuff to do.
Where are we? I mean, you said where we're at, but what are we doing tonight?
We're podcasting.
But what's happening tonight other than the podcast?
I can't take this bit any further. We're opening Annie tonight.
Thank you.
Woo!
Yes. Yeah, we're open. This is opening night of Annie, and that is why we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we're gonna talk to some of the production team from the production of Annie, and so we've got several of them standing around looking at us longingly right now. But there's one in particular that we've got to get on so that we can get him out of here, because he's actually got jobs to do tonight.
In 2 minutes.
All
so
right.
let's get this rolling.
All right, here we go. We are going to introduce Colton Lively. Come on in, Colton. Woo. Yeah.
Hey, crowd, give some applause so the people know you're real. There we go.
Our
there we
studio
go.
audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Colton, how are you?
We're great. How are you? We're great. Singular. I'm good.
So talk about real quick what makes this show stand out in terms of the process of putting this show together and all that stuff for you, if there's anything.
Well, every show is different, and every show has its important things. So it all just comes down to, I did props and I did hair, so that does all sorts of stuff, because you have to go through each character and individualize and see what is this character trying to tell with their hair or their makeup, and just stuff like that. So it's really fun for each individual show. Yeah, that was the worst answer.
No, it was a good answer. It was a good answer.
Trust me, it was not the worst answer ever.
It was not the worst answer we've had, 100%.
Wasn't. But yeah, so Coach, you're doing, as you said, you're doing all of the hair design, wig design. You're doing props. Those are both for a show like Annie. Those are both tremendous jobs. I mean, that's a pretty big undertaking. And Colton does pretty much all of our wig work. So anytime you come to a show and you sit out there and you're watching, you're going, man, oh my gosh, those wigs look great. Well, this guy right here.
Hopefully they can't tell they're wigs.
Well, that's true.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
If you're thinking that hair looks great, it might be a wig.
Yeah.
And he might have made it. But okay, so we got to let you go because you got to go do these wigs. But you can't leave yet.
I won't.
So it's time for the high stakes medal round. Christmas quiz.
All
okay.
right, here we go.
What is your favorite Christmas song?
All I Want for Christmas, Mariah Carey.
Okay, cool. What is your favorite Christmas movie?
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yeah.
What is your least favorite Christmas song?
Oh, what's the one? Santa Claus is Coming to Town by that one dude. Oh, God, it's so annoying. I'm sorry.
All right, fine. Shots fired. What is your favorite Christmas tradition, if you have one?
I honestly don't have one, but I guess it would just be spending time with family and friends. And the last half of my life, I've spent it with theater and entertainment people, so I guess that's my tradition, is just to have an extended family and being in entertainment during the holidays. It's fun.
There you go. Great answer.
Yay,
Yeah.
there you go.
All
Good
right.
answer.
Well,
and with that, we got to let you do your thing,
everybody
man.
give a great big round of applause for Colton Lively. Wigs, props, and one of these days we're going to get you back on stage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
soon.
Maybe the show after your show.
Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll just dangle that out there as a mystery. All right. Colton, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good luck
Thanks,
tonight.
man.
Break a
Legs.
leg.
Bye.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So this is our interview with Colton Lively.
Yeah.
Live in the flesh And we made him late for his first appointment, but that'll be okay.
Yeah, it'll be all right. Trust me, they're not running right on schedule. No show ever does on opening night.
Well, at this moment, we are T-minus, oh gosh, math is hard, an hour and 9 minutes till you start curtain speeching.
That's right.
So they're waiting on us anyway.
Okay, that's right.
So we should get somebody else up here. They're all looking at us confused. They all have stage fright.
Oh,
and they're pointing at each other.
Actors being on camera, it's the funniest thing in the world. I'll tell you what, let's pull JD up here. Let's pull John David Dvorak.
John David Dvorak.
Yes. All right. And John David, JD, what was your job on the Annie production team?
I was co-set designer, and I was on construction crew.
Okay. Co-set designer. Who was your other co?
The lovely Emmy Looney, sitting right out there.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Just off camera. Right?
Just off camera.
Okay. And so Birdie has told me that this was your very first time to ever scenic design a show. Is that right?
It was. I had done a class in college, but this was my first time doing the whole shebang, and it was something. I learned a lot. I had a good time.
Okay. So what were your impressions? Will you do it again?
Oh, yes. I would love to do it again. Especially because now I know so many things that would make it so much easier in the long run.
Okay. A learning process.
Yeah. Okay. The learning curve was great. It was a good one.
Okay, so for people that may be watching this that are going, okay, scenic design, maybe they're not theater people, give a short explanation of what scenic design is and what a scenic designer does.
So scenic design is essentially the position which creates the idea for what you see the actors playing with on stage. So like if there's a house on stage, the scenic designer comes up with, okay, this is what type of house I want it to look like, and this is why, because of this reason and that reason, and this is how it ties into the show, kind of deal. And so that's kind of what me and Emmy did.
Okay. All right.
Me and I.
Yeah. your job is scenic design, not grammar, right?
No,
okay,
no.
I got
Theater
you.
major, not English.
I was gonna say that's fine. We majored in theater, so it's all good.
All right. Well, Matt's got some Christmas questions for you here.
High stakes medal round. This is where we find out whether or not you have any Christmas spirit. Okay. Or if not, no big deal. But okay, what's your favorite Christmas song?
My favorite Christmas song is Blue Christmas.
Oh,
right on. By Elvis himself. Okay.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Christmas movie?
My favorite Christmas movie is actually a tie between Elf and Christmas Vacation.
Right on.
Strong
Classics.
choices. Yeah.
Classics. What is your least favorite Christmas song?
My least favorite Christmas song is any version of Santa Baby. I hate that song, and I will fight anyone who likes it.
Ooh, hot sports opinion right there.
There's going to be somebody listening to this podcast. We'll have GTC Fight Night eventually. Okay.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Christmas tradition?
My favorite Christmas tradition is actually something I haven't gotten to do in a while, but growing up, my family would always decorate the Christmas tree right after Thanksgiving, and we would always watch A Christmas Story while decorating the tree. And that was like our big tradition that we did. So
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's very cool, man. All right. Anything else you got? Any words of wisdom? Anything else you want to say about the process of bringing Annie to life on stage?
it was a blast, honestly. The last couple days were very stressful, but it was a beautiful process in all, because at the end of the day, we put on this show. This show is gonna be amazing.
Well, it had to be kind of a cool experience too, to be a scenic designer, but then also turn around and participate in the actual building of your design.
Oh yeah. No, that was a fun little ordeal. It was interesting because I had to swap brains a little bit, because when you're the designer, you get all the says. And then when I'm at work, I'm just here to work, I'm just here to build the thing. So I try and keep my brains a little separate there.
Okay. But a good balance. Yeah, I know you balanced it well. So all right. Well, JD, thanks. Enjoy the show tonight, and have a great time with your opening night.
Thanks.
All right, buddy. All right. Okay.
High fives all around.
JD Dvorak,
Later, dude.
co-scenic designer. Yeah, right. And camera mug. Right.
Okay. So if we've seen JD, we have to see the co-designer.
The other co-designer,
Emmy Looney.
Miss Emmy Looney. Oh man, we needed some walk-up music for you, right?
Well, we can do that in post,
Okay.
right?
Okay, but I want everybody to remember what JD's answer was. Okay, about Christmas spirit and his least favorite Christmas, song. But I want you to notice that Emmy is like right out front with her Christmas spirit and her Christmas cat sweater. I'm digging it. Which is JD's.
I did steal before coming here.
Well, that's all right.
Does the cat have a name?
He is actually reminiscent of our cat Nugget. At home, he's a little orange baby.
Oh.
He's mean, but he's very sweet at times.
Well, I'm gonna just go out on a limb here and say, looking at that cat right now, he looks a little scowly.
Yeah, no, there's a little bit of a mean streak in him, but
There's a little bit
he's
of
a
judgment.
sweet baby. You just have to find it in him.
All right. Okay.
Have the mic in your face at all. I was like, oh no, she's talking.
Okay, this whole live thing is a little bit different for us too. So, all right. So, Emmy, you're the other half of that co-scenic designer. Now, this is not your first time. You've got some skins on your belt, right?
I think this is my third or fourth show doing a scenic design here,
let's
I
name them
believe.
off.
My first one was for you, incidentally, Murder on the Orient Express. And then
Greatest train you've ever seen.
Greatest train ever on stage.
And then I did, nuts. What did I do? I did My Fair Lady. Yeah. I did another one this season. I did Oklahoma, and then this one. Yeah, so this is my fourth one.
All right. Wow. And all big shows.
Yeah, I've been very blessed.
Yeah. So, well, I have to say, I loved the train that we put on stage together. It turned, it revolved. It was such a.
It was awesome.
It was such
huge.
a great thing. So,
Huge.
yeah.
It's everything I ever wanted. I ran up to Mickey with all the set plans and said, "Please, Mickey, let me do it. I already have it. Please, train."
So, okay, so we asked JD this question. So, what's when you're given a show to do scenic design? How do you approach that? What do you start looking for to say, okay, this is obviously I know you talk with the director and get their vision and everything, but what are the first steps that your brain goes into?
I think it's interesting because my backing typically is of a costume designer, and one thing JD and I discovered in this process is, as a builder, he approaches it as, okay, how am I going to make this building and this set for the actors to share? And in a weird way, when I kind of approach a set design, I'm like, okay, who is this character we're creating for the actors to share? So it's very interesting just because of our different standings of I kind of think of a set as an individual in the show. And he sees it as this beautiful piece to build for everyone to share. Just cool. And I think that lent itself very interesting in this process of, you can kind of see, in my opinion, both of those thought processes.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. Because, I don't know, it's fun.
And so, and like Emmy, we did not say this, but Emmy is our lead costume designer here at Granbury Theater Company. So she may look young, but she is
I'm an old woman.
She is a uber professional.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, she does amazing work, and we're very fortunate to have her. So tell me something else about what was the most challenging thing about the scenic design on this show?
When conceptualizing it, I think something that struggled with, not really struggled with, but sorry, my brain's still jostled.
Live,
And
no
it's
cuts.
live. We really wanted to make sure that it would be a great playground for our director and for the kids. Honestly, it to be enough pieces that the kids can do things with, but also for it to be safe to move around them. And just having it be very actor-friendly, very tech-friendly. It's a Christmas show. It's a big one. Just making sure that it could get through the show.
Sure, yeah. That it makes it to the end.
That it makes it to the end.
We got to get 20 shows out of everything out there, so including the people.
Including the people,
So-
and including all those kiddos.
Yeah.
Nobody gets run over.
All right. Well,
Nobody gets crushed.
All right, we've got to subject you to the Christmas lightning round.
Okay, the Christmas quiz. You'd think by now I'd remember it, but I don't. So dramatic pause. Okay. What is your favorite Christmas song?
The first thing that popped in my head was the in a weird way because his dad hates it. It's the Charlie Brown song. The do 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 do. It's just always a fun time.
Yeah. What is your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, Muppet Christmas Carol all the way.
Yes,
she didn't even have to think about
ma'am.
that one.
That's the correct answer.
Oh, I'm such a Muppet kid.
That is the objectively correct answer. Okay.
Gonzo.
What is your least favorite Christmas song?
I don't think I have one. I really just like Christmas. I just haven't found one that. Oh, actually, no. I changed my mind. It's an Elf the musical. It's an Elf the musical. It's like jingled, spingled, jing jong, Christmas time, yay.
Sparkle, jolly, twinkle, jingly.
Bad.
Yeah.
That's my least favorite one.
Can confirm.
I had to listen
it's
to
quite
it for
terrible.
the week straight during the tech week a few years ago.
I was sitting there going, how are we going to make this watchable
God.
or not annoying? You could argue I didn't succeed.
Okay, I'm gonna lop on here. I'm gonna dogpile a little bit on to Elf. I am convinced that there's actually only one good song in Elf. Okay, and that's the one that all the Santas sing.
No, that one's terrible
that one
too.
was good. No, that
That's
one
also
it's
bad.
jazzy.
What?
It's jazzy. There's a little like oomph to it. I
That's
agree
the
with
one,
you. It's the nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody cares
about
for Santa. That's it.
There's a little jazz.
Whoa, buddy.
Yeah.
Whoa, buddy,
Any song
whoa,
you throw a
buddy.
little
Nobody.
jazzy oomph into it, I'll get behind it.
It's a terrible song.
I'll get
I am an
behind
angry
it.
elf because that song is bad and that show is not great.
We weren't gonna do it together.
But we did it well.
We did do it
It was
well.
fine. It was just stressful. It was stressful in the costume shop. It was fine.
It was a wild time. Okay.
Austin Bender was the best buddy.
The best
buddy ever. Yeah.
Ever.
Okay.
Ever. Sorry, everyone else. But okay. Oh, wait. I have another question, actually. This is unique to you. So the costumers have been watching terrible Christmas movies for a while now. And you're probably going to keep going for a little bit. What is the worst Christmas movie you have intentionally watched in the costume shop?
We recently watched this. I'm not going to say bad. I'm taking it again. I'm not going to say terrible, but like interesting. We just watched Hot Frosty, right? It just came out on Netflix.
Oh my God.
It is the most wild thing I've ever seen. Everybody should watch it. Hot Frosty on Netflix. It has Gretchen Wieners and then Ted from Schitt's Creek. It's hilarious. It's hysterical. It's Frosty the Snowman, but he has a six-pack.
There you go. We're not even
great.
going to say the conversation that we had in the costume room the day I walked in and y'all were watching it. We're not even going to go there. Okay, that'll be okay. We'll have that, but that's going to be that'll be the bonus
After Dark
content
podcast.
That'll be the bonus content.
It'll be available on
Yeah.
Patreon
Everybody should watch
when
Hot
we're
Frosty.
ready.
Yeah, for subscribers only.
When we're ready to not have a podcast anymore, we'll let you know what that story was. But okay,
All
got
right.
one more question. What is your favorite Christmas tradition?
I don't have one right now. I'm hoping that maybe in a year or two I'll have a better answer for you. I think I'm on the season of making Christmas traditions.
And then she looked at JD. Aww.
That is
Love
so
Matt.
sweet.
I'm not making. I'm just saying. I'm saying it was cute.
That is the sweetest thing. All right, Emmy Looney, you are amazing. Costumer extraordinaire, scenic designer extraordinaire, such a talented young lady. Thank you so much for taking some time out and enjoy your opening night and watching the fruits of your labor on stage tonight. Yeah. All right, everybody,
Bye.
round of applause for Emmy Looney.
Congrats, Emmy.
Yeah. Okay, we need to say something right here really quick.
Cool, okay.
All right. And we need to actually pay a couple of bills, but we have to do
your
that
thing.
live. So, so we need to say that this segment of the Acting Up with GTC podcast is brought to you by our friends at the Granbury Opera Guild. Woo! Yeah. You guys give the Granbury Opera Guild a quick round of applause.
Yay!
Snap your fingers. Yeah. the Granbury Opera Guild, they are some amazing folks, and their whole reason for existence is to raise money, raise awareness of things that are, about the Granbury Opera House, the structure, but they are also huge supporters of not only the Granbury Theater Company and what we do here, but especially of the students at the Granbury Theater Academy.
Yes, we really appreciate everything they do, everything y'all do if you're watching, Opera Guild members. The kids say thank you. I was going to get them all on the podcast, but there's like 200 of them and they wouldn't fit.
We'll eventually get some on here.
They say thanks.
Yes, they do.
And yeah, we really appreciate it.
And for people that are watching that may not really be aware of what the Opera Guild does, and they are a membership like service organization. They have meetings the first Tuesday of every month, and they usually meet at the De Cordova Bend Country Club, and they get together. They have three major fundraisers a year, and so if you are looking for a great organization that is doing really good work in the community and raising money to support a very worthy cause and to support some very worthy kids, the Granbury Opera Guild may be your cup of tea, and you may need to get in touch with them. You can actually look them up on Facebook. They have a website, and if you're ever down here at the Granbury Opera House, they have cards in the racks in the box office, so you can get information. You can actually sign up to be a member of the Granbury Opera Guild on one of those cards. So we would just like to thank the Granbury Opera Guild.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks, y'all.
Okay. And JD and Emmy, they are checking out. All right, guys, y'all be careful.
Bye,
be
y'all.
safe.
Congratulations.
And we're getting ready to dress the place up a little bit.
Yes.
We're going to bring in the most amazing, wonderful music director, and I am talking about none other than Miss Haley Twaddell. Haley, come on in here. All right. Yeah, you are on the
Welcome to the podcast,
lady. Man, and
Who do I look at?
Both.
Yeah, you can look at both of us.
The camera, you can go crazy.
All right, well, I'll
Caitlin
ask
did the
you
same
some
thing.
questions about the show. Then you can swing that way, and Matt will ask you the Christmas lightning
questions.
round. Okay,
Yes.
we are very, very high tech here. Okay, so we could put different cameras and get the different angles, but we actually do that, but not tonight. So
We're live.
we are live. So you were the music director on this show, and so again, just like I asked JD, for those who may not be musical theater people, talk a little bit about your title's a little more self-explanatory, but talk a little bit about what it is to music direct a musical like Annie.
Well, music directing includes making sure the ensemble can sing all their notes and knows all the music and knows how to sing all the music in the stylistically appropriate way. So depending on the show, that's going to have different sounds that we go for. And with a classic show like Annie, we're going for some like old Hollywood kind of sounds. We're going for some Broadway kind of sounds. We're going in the mansion. We've got some really elegant, like classical kind of sounds going. But it's really just kind of how to direct the way they're thinking about singing. And so as a voice teacher, I also take some involvement in like the soloists, helping develop their approach to things and making sure they have the technique to do what they want to be able to do. Right. So it's my favorite thing in the world.
Well, it absolutely. I watched some of the show, The Final Dress, last night, and that was one of the things that I was just struck with was just the powerful. Out of all the cast, the youngest kids, up to the most seasoned of the actors on the stage, all just sounded so wonderful, and of course that is a direct reflection on the work that you did. And so, is there any particular song in this show? Okay, no, the cast will not see this before opening night.
I just don't even know how to answer that. Okay. Finish your question.
Okay, but is there a favorite song that you have in this show? If you don't, if they're all your favorite, if you love them all, then that can be your answer.
The pressure's building.
No, I really do love them all, Mickey. I really do love them all. And Robert's mentor was talking about how to approach directing, and one piece of advice that he got was, you got to be in love with every project you're doing. And if you're not in love with it, you got to find what there is to love about it and bring that out and help people bring that out. And, I love this show. I love this story. I love the optimism and the Christmas spirit and it's just so good. It's so uplifting. So it's just, all of it is my favorite.
Let me ask you this. Now, you've music directed a lot of shows, but what is the thing that you look for in a show that you say, because I know some shows you probably are higher on your list. What are some of the shows that you aspire to music direct one day? I know this could be a loaded question.
Oh gosh. The answer is the same shows that I want to be in.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know, but man, I love all the Sondheim shows. I love Hunchback of Notre Dame for its just incredible choral traditional sound, and I loved music directing West Side Story because some of that music is just some of the best music ever written. It's it's rich, it's intelligent, and it's so symbolic, and it's so good. So that was a real delight to be able to music direct West Side Story. I love the one I'm with.
Yeah, there you go. Great song back in the early '70s, I'll tell you. Okay, well, Haley, I think Matt's got some a Christmas lightning round going
High stakes
for you.
medal round. As a music lover,
Yes.
what is your favorite Christmas song?
Okay, it's "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas" by.
What's your least favorite?
It's coming.
What is your favorite Christmas movie? Do you have?
White Christmas.
Nice. I love that. Good one. What is your least favorite Christmas song? I see the opinion coming.
I will fight JD about this one because it's Blue Christmas by Elvis Presley. And I will tell you why. It's those dang background singers going, "Ooh," and over and over and over again. It is the sound of nightmares, Matt.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about So This Is Christmas? Da, da, da. You want to talk about the backup singers in that one?
Okay, don't make me edit this part out.
I'm just saying.
Doesn't bother me as much.
See? Okay, I agree with you.
Right? That's because
awesome.
It's children. It's like children going like, ah. That's wholesome. It's not like
And they're singing about war is over. Come on.
Yeah, but they can sing about it in a less nasal, more joyful tone.
Okay.
But all right. So what is your favorite Christmas tradition?
So every year we make Christmas bread, and it was my dad's mother's recipe, and so in her memory we would make it every year, and now in my dad's memory we make it every year, and we've just been like cracking away at perfecting that recipe, and it's a really special time that it's, making bread takes hours, so it's just a really great family time that we're all just sitting and waiting on the bread to rise and being together. So that's my favorite.
That's very cool. That's really cool.
And
That's a great memory.
Christmas morning.
Yeah.
It would be weird if you didn't eat it.
Right.
But we watch it rise, and then we let it go bad. And,
Yeah.
we move on. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, Haley, you got anything else to add about your experience with Annie or
I have
anything
one
like
more
that?
thing to say.
Let's do it.
I'm wearing two hats in this show because I'm also a voice teacher, and a lot of my kids and a lot of my adult students as well are in this show, and so I'm just so immensely proud of the work that they've done. And some of these girls were working with me on Annie songs back in July. And they were coming in every week, and they were working on that audition, and they were working on the auditions before the audition so they could practice auditioning. They were all in from the beginning, and it's just so inspiring to see the kids put so much heart into it, and that's what you're going to see when you come see Annie.
And that's why it sounds so good, because things like that don't happen by accident. It is a lot of hard work to make it look effortless, right?
Yeah.
Well, Haley, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. We thank you for joining
Thanks,
us
Haley.
on the Acting Up with GTC podcast. You have a great time tonight during your opening night celebration. And we're going to mention somebody else here really quick as a sponsor of the podcast. This segment of the Acting Up with GTC podcast is brought to you by 5P Roofing and our good friend, Mr. Joe Jones. Yeah, man. 5P Roofing and Construction. I've had them out working on my house.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I sure did, on my roof. That's actually what led to me talking to Joe about, because his son Colby is involved in the theater academy and also does main stage shows. And he came out. We had some shingles that flew off during a storm, and not a big area, but so I called Joe. He came out and looked at it, and I mean, literally within about an hour and a half, he had me all fixed up, and he did a great job, cleaned up after himself. That's the key right there, man, because if once you become a homeowner, you will understand when you have worker people come out and they do work, but they leave the place trashed, and it's like, then you have to clean up after them. Joe doesn't do that. I mean, you never knew he was there. And to boot, his prices are not just competitive. I mean, they were a little cheaper than other quotes that I had. So 5P Roofing and Construction. Look them up. They are on social media. They're on Facebook, and or you can get Joe's number off of our Acting Up with GTC homepage. Yeah. So there 5P Roofing. There you go.
Nice.
All right. Who we got coming up next, man?
Coming up next, we have the man most solely responsible, arguably, for Annie, at least for the creative vision of Annie. Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Robert Twaddell.
Woo! Come on in here, man. Mr. Director Man.
Mr. Director Man himself. So, like Micky's been doing, it's like Micky said, it's kind of self-explanatory when you have the term director in there. But for anybody that doesn't know, what is like the duty of a director in terms of a show?
There's a couple things that go along with being a director. One of them, directing. I tell people where to go, where to stand, how to say the things that they say, or I just let them do the things that they do as actors. And it is also my responsibility that this becomes a full, cohesive vision. And I take all of the wonderful art that our designers and our other directors are doing, our choreographer are doing, and I'm the one who stitches those things together. So that, and more specifically, what's called blocking, which is, where to move. Yeah, where to move, when to move.
And why to move.
And why, sometimes it's why to move. Most of the time it's like, move there and figure it out. And then they come to me and they say, why do I move there? And I say,
let's think about this.
This is why. So that's my job as a director.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, and so with that being your job, what was unique about like this directing job? What was unique about directing Annie?
Yeah. So one of the great things that we had the opportunity to do is we're working with adult actors and young actors, very, very, and that's something that can be intimidating on both sides, for the kids and for the adults. And that's something that we were very intentional from the get-go about casting. We have, I want to say 6 teachers on stage, a lot of them theater teachers. And so people who are practiced at working with children, at working across from children, and I think it really shows. That's one of the things that I really, really was, we were intentional about addressing that, and I'm just so proud of how it ended up.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on, I love it. Okay, well, so before we get into our Christmas quiz, right, is there anything...
I've been studying.
You've heard it a couple times now. Is there anything else you want to say in particular about this show that you're about to see in, I don't know, about 40 minutes or so?
Yeah.
There's so much to be said. I will keep it short in that I'm extremely proud. I'm proud of the work that all our production crew and all our cast put into this. In particular, I have to thank Kathleen Powderly, our stage manager. She has been a force of nature. And she is. That's her personality and who she is. And she gets things done. And she's the kind of person that you want in your corner. And I never felt alone because she was in my corner, And now, for the people who aren't musical theater folks, tonight, I'm as much an audience member as anybody. She's the one who's actually running the show and calling the shots. So the stage manager is, for all intents and purposes, the driving force behind a show, and what a force we have. Just so thankful to her.
Right on. All right.
Well,
man. Go ahead.
now you've got how many in your cast? Counting all kids. How many in your cast?
I think the final count is 40, plus a dog.
Yeah.
Plus a dog.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, exactly.
But a very, very cute dog.
A very cute dog.
Okay.
Very wonderfully trained professional dog.
Yeah. Very quickly.
He's so good at being a dog.
We've got a few minutes, so talk very quickly about how Jelly Roll came to be.
Yes.
Give us the Reader's Digest.
Of course. So every show that I do, I really want to be connected with something in the community, and we knew that we had to cast a dog for this show, and there is a tradition of casting a shelter dog as Sandy. And so I looked around and I talked to a couple people about where to find Sandy, and we ended up getting in touch with Second Chance Farms here in Granbury, Texas, and they're a group that specializes in animals of all kinds, turkeys and geese and roosters,
cows,
and
horses. They even had, at one time, they had a blind duck. I don't know if he still lives there, but
they had a blind duck.
They have a blind duck.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So all different kinds of animals that have just extra needs, right, beyond what other shelters might be able to handle. They also have room for other animals as well, which so we talked to them and said, hey, can you bring some animals out that would be great with kids,
right?
That would have the temperament and the intelligence and the drive to be an actor,
right?
And so they auditioned Jelly and Nova.
Yeah.
You were there for that.
Yeah.
We chose Jelly.
Legit auditions.
So all that sort of came about because community theater, the first thing about community theater is that it is about community. Mm-hmm. And this is one of those things that we are able to connect with people who are doing such good work and support them in whatever way we can. And that's what that was about.
Yeah. No, I think it turned out great. Jelly Roll has absolutely won everybody's heart in the cast, crew, production team.
Yeah.
He will steal the show.
He might. Here's the thing, he's got a bandana on during this whole thing, and his bandana is like his little work vest, right? So when he's wearing that bandana, he knows I'm going to work. I can only interact with a couple of people, and that's our Annies and the trainer and one other person who's you'll see in the show. So he's put down that bandana. He can't interact with anybody else.
Right.
And so having to tell 20 children and 20 adult children not to pet the dog when he is working has been a challenge, and
that may have been your biggest challenge.
It might have been. And I can say this to you: the last night, the very last moment in the show, I think he's going to come on because he doesn't have to do anything more. Right. He might come on without his bandana.
Oh,
we'll see.
Look out!
It could happen.
Everybody gets to pet the dog.
Well, and just to finish that thought up, Robert, the arrangement is with Second Chance Farms.
Yes.
Is that the real bottom line of this is to find Jelly Roll his forever home.
We are trying to get Jelly Roll adopted, just like Annie is looking for her forever home. Jelly is looking for his.
Absolutely.
And that's something that we're very intentional about finding someone out there that's perfect for Jelly. There is an adoption process, so we're not just going to give him away to anybody. Second Chance Farms is very intentional about a vetting process. So if you or anybody else that you know might want an addition to their family this December, please.
Yeah, it would make a great Christmas present. But there is, and one of the things I love about Second Chance Farms is they don't just, say, oh,
Yeah.
you want this
And
pet.
they had to be very
Yeah.
we've vetted our partners, the people
Right.
that we work with, and
Right.
we do that on purpose. We didn't want them to be the kind of people who just say we need to get rid of these dogs.
Right.
Yeah. So we're very proud of them.
They're great people. When you come see Annie, you'll see there's a small ad in the playbill for Second Chance Farms, and also for Bright and Sunny Dog Training that did the actual training with Jelly Roll. But if people are interested, if you're watching this and you're interested in finding out more about adopting either Jelly Roll or one of the other wonderful animals that they have at Second Chance Farms, you can go to their website. They have an adoption tab on their website. All you have to do is click that, fill out an application, and someone with Second Chance Farm will be back in touch with you. So, yeah. All right. Well, really quick, let's do his
quiz me.
lightning round.
Let's do our high stakes medal round.
All right.
Christmas quiz.
All right, bring it.
Find out the specificity of your Christmas spirit. What is your favorite Christmas song?
My favorite Christmas song? Oh gosh, I really did listen to all these. My favorite Christmas song has to be something from the Elf movie soundtrack. And it's it's the jazzy version of the Nutcracker.
Oh, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
Brian Seltzer, Boogie Woogie Christmas.
Okay.
Yes,
You can't go wrong with the Brian Seltzer Orchestra. Yeah.
All right. Speaking of, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
It's a Wonderful Life, and there are no others.
That's a good. Well, I mean, there are others, but. All right, shots fired. That's fair. Okay. What is your least favorite Christmas song?
Least favorite Christmas song would probably be the Italian Christmas Donkey.
That's a thing?
Wow.
Exactly.
All right.
Confirmed by the live audience. That's the thing.
Okay.
I've never heard of the Italian Christmas donkey. I'm Googling that on my way out of here.
right.
Okay, what
People
is
play it all the
your
time.
what is your favorite Christmas tradition?
So, take it. Broadway Baptist Church in Fort Worth does a Messiah sing-along where they open the doors to everybody to sing the Messiah with them, and the last thing that they do is the Hallelujah Chorus by candlelight.
Oh.
And it's something that I haven't been able to participate in for a couple of years, but it is one of the most moving traditions I've ever been a part of. It's wonderful.
That's awesome.
All right. Robert Twaddell, director of Annie. Thank you, sir. It's a big night for you guys. Go
man.
and enjoy your
Thanks for
opening
coming
night.
on the show, man.
Appreciate all your great work.
Break legs.
And we've got our next guest. We're gonna bring down the. Come on down here for a second. I'm gonna help this young lady down the stairs.
So we mentioned our sponsors of the Theater Academy,
Come
the
right.
Granbury Opera Guild.
Yeah, we've already given the Granbury Opera Guild a really big plug, but we want to introduce this young lady right here, and
Heavy on the young.
We're
she
gonna.
says.
All right, Gary, you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell what your title is.
My name's Gary Wise, and I am the president of the Opera Guild.
All right.
And we are looking for some new members. If anybody would be interested, y'all just come on to our next meeting, January the 7th at De Cordova Bend at 10 o'clock in the morning.
All right. Well, Gary, we appreciate you stopping by and saying a few words, and we appreciate everything that the Granbury Opera Guild does for the Granbury Opera House, for Granbury Theater Company, and especially for all of the wonderful young theater students with the Granbury Theater Academy. Thank you so much, and we hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas to you all too. We love the Opera House, and we love the Academy and the Theater Company. They are what brings people to Granbury.
All right. Well, thank you, dear. Enjoy the show tonight. All right.
Thank you, Gary. Appreciate you.
All right, and we are going
one
to
more
get.
guest.
We're going to get our final guest on the podcast. Come on up here, Makenna Clark,
the choreographer.
Yeah, choreographer.
Of Annie.
Yeah. So, all right. So, tell us. We've been having all of the different designers that come up. For those who may be watching that are not theater people, tell them a little bit about what a choreographer in a show like this does.
Yeah, for sure. So a choreographer comes up with all of the dance numbers that go on throughout the show. So I'm responsible for making sure that all the dances go smoothly and tell the story in an efficient way.
Okay. All right.
I like that. Tell the story in an efficient way. That's cool.
Right. Well, and so I would assume that a show like Annie would differ. Your choreography is going to differ from a show like, say, Newsies or West Side Story. So, what is when a director asks you to choreograph their show? What's the first thing that your brain does? All right, what in formulating that vision for what you want your choreo to look like?
Yes, my brain sort of goes back to like all the original versions of the show that I've seen. So like the movie, if I've seen it ever done like on tour, or like if I've seen the show like on Broadway sometimes, then I'm like, okay, what does that look like? How can I make it true to the story but also put like my own spin on it in a way?
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I watched last night and at the final dress, and I was really the whole thing looked really good. But there were a few numbers in there that just blew me away, just floored me. The choreo was so exceptional. I mean, it may be some of the best in those numbers that I've seen on this stage. I mean, I was just entertained with watching them, and so I think people are going to sit in this in the show and watch, and they're just going to be entertained. So good job. And tell us how long you've been actively choreographing shows.
I believe since 2022. 2022 was Little Women was my first show to choreograph. Yeah.
Confirmed by the live audience. So
just
2 years.
Just a couple of years. Okay. All right. Well, and you have a great future ahead of you. And not only is Makenna a fabulous choreographer, but she is also an extremely talented costumer. And you've costumed some shows, and you're getting ready to costume a show for me. Yeah, 12 Angry Jurors that Makenna is going to costume, so you can look for some of her work early next year. All right, well, Matt has a Christmas lightning round for you. All right, so prepare
High
yourself.
stakes. We find out the specificity of your Christmas spirit. Okay.
I can't even say that.
What is your favorite Christmas movie?
My favorite Christmas movie is The Polar Express.
Oh,
there's no judgment. You said it like you're going to be made fun of. You said, my favorite Christmas movie is The Polar Express. Kendrick doesn't like it. Well, Kendrick's wrong.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
I'll say that especially because he doesn't like, I don't think he watches this podcast. But okay,
true.
I said it out of order, but it's because I'm riffing. We're live. What is your favorite Christmas song?
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Ooh, good pull.
That's a strong choice.
That's a good choice. What is your least favorite Christmas song?
No comment. There isn't such a thing.
Oh,
wow.
Okay.
What about?
Now that's a hot sports opinion.
Because you have experience with this. What about the music in Elf?
I like it. I think it's cute. It's very sweet, and it's kind of nostalgic.
I don't mean to like poo-poo the entire show, but like that.
That's kind of what you're doing.
I like it.
Well, everybody was earlier. I wasn't alone. Okay. So, what is your favorite Christmas tradition?
My favorite Christmas tradition is going over to my cousin's house, and we all gather. It's like all of our extended family, and have like a little Christmas like party situation. And my grandoo always makes fudge, and it's really, really good.
That's
we love
that's
that.
a good tradition.
Similar question. I asked Emmy this. She's the only other one that got asked this. As we talked about, you also work in the costume shop.
Yes.
And as I mentioned earlier, on this live broadcast, y'all have been purposely watching terrible Christmas films for a little bit now. What terrible Christmas movie stands out to you?
Like
That you've watched in the costume shop, like terrible.
Easy, Hot Frosty.
There it is. I figured she was going to say that again.
Yeah, 2 for 2.
Emmy pitched it as Frosty with six-pack abs. Is that what this film is?
Yes, and it's incredible. It's so good.
Is it good because it's bad, or is it good?
It's good because it knows it's bad.
It's so bad, it's good.
so bad, it's good.
No,
Like,
that
it
makes,
knows it's
No,
bad.
that makes perfect sense. It's so
Yeah.
good that it's bad.
Like, the cops in that movie, icons. Legends.
Okay, so
Incredible.
now I have to actually go look this movie up.
Hot Frosty?
Hot Frosty.
Would you say
on
that
Netflix.
is it PG? Is it PG-13? I don't want to
Let's say PG-13.
Well, then there you go. Go check it out on Netflix. Hot Frosty. There's the acting up with GTC Christmas recommendation,
There
I
you
suppose.
go. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Makenna Clark, thank you so much for joining us. Choreographer for the musical Annie, and I know you're going to be in the audience tonight, and so enjoy your opening night. You earned it. Good job. All right.
Break legs.
Makenna, thank you so much. And we are just about out of time.
Yeah, we did it.
But really quick, let me ask you.
Christmas quiz.
Yeah. What is
Okay.
your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, gosh. It's probably Muppet Christmas Carol.
Okay.
I mean, It's a Wonderful
That's a
Life
fair
is close
choice.
because that's legitimately like a good movie.
Yeah.
But Muppet Christmas Carol, there's just something about it. I don't know.
Right.
It is easily my favorite filmed version of A Christmas Carol.
Right.
It's not even close.
Yeah, no, it's a strong choice.
So, yeah.
Just because it's Muppets doesn't mean it's not good.
Right on.
So
What is your favorite Christmas movie?
Okay, I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate mail here.
Uh-oh.
But because it's
I know
not
what you're gonna say.
because it's
Two
it's-
words.
It's actually a Christmas adjacent movie. My favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard.
It's not Christmas adjacent. It takes place on Christmas.
Thank you. Okay.
There's Christmas carols
You
in
know
it.
what? We are in 100% agreement. Okay.
Now, I will give you, it is not like a family-friendly Christmas movie, unless
No.
you're watching a TV edit.
No.
But it's absolutely a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
100%.
it happens on Christmas. It
Yeah.
opens with a Christmas carol. It closes with a Christmas carol.
100%.
So it is so
Hard
that is my
agree.
favorite Christmas movie.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Christmas song?
It's probably Silent Night. I'm going to
Okay.
be basic, and I'm just going to go Silent Night. I just think it's beautiful top to bottom.
Okay.
Even in German, it's still beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Stille
Nacht.
Nacht, heilige Nacht.
We
All
put that
stuff.
we put that in our
We
Christmas
did.
Carol when we did it.
It might be in Christmas
100
Carol
years
again
ago.
a year from now.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be.
All right.
All right. So what is your favorite Christmas song?
My favorite Christmas song is "Please Come Home for Christmas," but a
Cool.
particular version.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It is the "Please Come Home for Christmas" version by the Eagles.
Ooh.
Yeah. Best version of that song ever. I
Good
love
stuff.
that song. That automatically puts me into the Christmas spirit. It really does.
Good
It's
stuff.
a great song.
Real
All
quick,
right.
everybody. Robert, your loafers are right there.
Oh.
We're live, ladies and gentlemen.
This is live in all of its
I
glory.
saw those and I was like, I don't think I'm going to find him.
All right.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Well,
So, hit me. My
well, I was getting ready to. We are at about. We're almost 7:15.
bad. But we got to find out our worst Christmas
Oh,
song.
worst Christmas song.
Yeah, do you want me to go first? Or
You go. No, worst Christmas movie or worst Christmas song?
Oh. Okay, well, I will say the worst Christmas movie that I still love is Jingle All the Way. It is
Oh.
terrible,
Okay.
and I love it so much. It's
Okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Right.
Jake Lloyd, 1996. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner,
Yeah,
Blitzen.
that's a hard one to beat.
It's Turbo Time. I love that movie. It is
Okay.
so bad, and I love it so much. I watch it every year.
So this is another. It's so bad it's good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Worst Christmas movie. Is that where we're on? Worst
Yeah,
Christmas.
yeah.
Okay, worst Christmas movie
That you love, if you want to go that way, or you
that
could
I
just
love
go bad.
is going to probably be the Santa Claus, with Tim Allen.
No, that's a good movie. What's
no.
wrong with you?
Oh,
that movie's good.
Well, I didn't say it wasn't good. I just said I think it's so bad, it's good.
But that's a good
Tim
movie.
Allen's a horrible actor.
But he's good in that movie. Shots fired directly at my childhood.
You asked me what my least favorite Christmas
That's
movie
fair.
was.
I brought it on myself.
Yeah, you did.
But now, the worst Christmas song. I've already said it.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me back up. Okay, because that is my least. That's the movie that I think it's the worst Christmas movie that I still like.
Okay.
I think the
That
worst Christmas movie ever is already been kind of trashed here, but it's Elf.
No!
Yes, Elf is the worst Christmas
I
movie
like
ever.
the movie. I'm not a
Okay.
big fan of the
Yeah.
musical.
Well, it just.
I'm singing.
Yeah, it's just
in the mall.
it's awful.
And I'm singing. I love that movie.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So worst Christmas song. I've said it before. So this is Christmas. And da 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 da.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Okay.
It's about a good thing. It can still be the worst.
I can see how you could have that opinion.
Yeah.
But, okay. My least favorite Christmas song ever. Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
That's fair.
It gets on my last nerve.
You don't want to say it's so bad it's good?
It is not even. It is so bad it's good.
Grandma got run over by
it's
a
so
reindeer.
Bad. It is so bad. So
Fun fact: in auditions for Elf, I heard all the verses of that song sung by someone.
Oh.
I'm not gonna name them, but I
Okay.
was kind of like, that's a choice.
Yeah, that is a choice. Did they get a part?
Well, we don't have to get into that, but there's some Granbury Theater Company lore for you.
Okay. All right. Well, man, listen, we are just about out of time. It is time to wrap this thing up. But we want to thank everybody for watching our very first live podcast, live and in color, from right here at the Granbury Opera House on the mezzanine for opening night of Annie. And listen, you guys, we said this on our last podcast episode, and we also dropped a video yesterday that we recorded earlier this week about our special Sunday and Thursday shows. But let me reiterate here, if you want to come see Annie and you haven't gotten your tickets yet, please don't wait, because this show, most of our regular shows, that is our Friday night at 7:30, Saturday matinee, Saturday night at 7:30, and Sunday matinee, most of those shows are already sold out, or they're down to single seats. We do have still some good availability, if I could say that word, for our Sunday night and Thursday night performances. So go online, check those out, and get your tickets. Just don't wait. Just don't wait.
Just don't wait, because then you'll have waited too long.
Yeah.
And you'll be stuck out in the cold.
That's right.
Don't be out in the cold. Come inside.
That's
come
right.
see the show. But you got to
And-
get your tickets ahead of time.
That's right. And come see us down here at the Granbury Opera House. We want to see everybody down here, and we want you to all have a very Merry Christmas. We probably
Absolutely.
won't have, I don't know that we'll have another episode drop before Christmas.
We'll have one for New Year's.
We'll have one before New Year's. So we'll have one more episode that will drop this year, but I don't know that it'll be before Christmas. We'll just
Absolutely.
have to see. So in case we don't, let us wish you all a very Merry Christmas. We thank you for your support for the Acting Up with GTC podcast, for your support at the Granbury Theater Company and Granbury Theater Academy, and we wish you all a very Merry Christmas. And until next time, my name is Micky Shearon.
I'm Matt Beutner, and we'll see you at the Opera House.
Later.
Bye.
We're out.
Thanks for listening to Acting Up with GTC. To support the podcast, visit our Patreon page, patronize our sponsors, and come join us for an upcoming production at the Granbury Opera House. Subscribe to the podcast anywhere you get your podcasts, and be sure to tell us what you think of the show on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Thanks for acting up with us. See you soon.